Today, we are officially doing a VFS update after 5 years. 5 years after graduation, and honestly, after the pandemic, time has been on roller skates, rolling down the hill, going past the speed limit, straight to jail. Time, straight to jail. Throughout these years, I've still been getting a lot of questions regarding VFS, international students, local students asking what my experience was like. We're also going to dive into if VFS is really worth all that hype. So before we hit the video, to help my channel out, please click the subscribe button, the like button, and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post. I'm going to stop mumbling and let's get the video started. Come on now, it's been 3 years. 5 years, Charles, shut up, let's go. First question is, what program were you in? Well, I was in the Foundations of Visual Art and Design program, and this is a really nice program if you're not really sure what you want to get into, what kind of program you want to specialize in, and that was the case for me back then. The good thing about the Foundations program is that you're able to dabble into different things and just kind of see what the industry offers, what kind of things you might be interested in. And the funny part was, I had the idea of getting into animation. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the trailer for Coco back in, I think, 2017? I fell in love with animation, just seeing the behind the scenes and all that good stuff. But Mr. Me didn't go to animation. I actually fell in love with the process of film. So towards the last couple terms of the Foundations program, I dove into film. So in short, the Foundations program gave me a better idea of what animation is like. Not that I didn't like it, I just fell in love with the process of film more. Now the second question is, did you have prior experience in the field? And the answer to that is no. I didn't have any prior film experience other than making little skits on YouTube, filming with my phone, my iPad actually, the very first, I think it was a 4th gen iPad. And I was editing in what I had basically in that time, which was iMovie. That really gave me the confidence in even applying to film school because I thought iMovie was such a crazy software back then until I met Premiere Pro.
Oh my god,
Let's just say iMovie did not compare to Premiere Pro, but it did give me the basics of what I needed to know to edit and my editing style really. Next question is, what did I think about the program and was it worth it? It was personally worth it for me just because I, at that time, again, didn't have any experience with anything at all. I've never animated anything, but what I got from the program was my work ethic. Because again, VFS is an intensive program and I was really able to push myself to the limits, just really breaking all the limiting beliefs I had about myself. Foundations pushed me to the max. Now through the program, I was definitely challenged to go outside my comfort zone, try new things I never saw myself trying at all, because now nothing faces me anymore. Work 11 hours,
sure,
have a project that's due tomorrow.
not a big deal.
Honestly, going through all that, I feel like I can go through anything at this point. Nothing will faze me anymore. Not only that, because you're dabbling into different aspects of the industry like animation, acting, film, life drawing, classical animation, programming, you're able to meet a lot of instructors who work in the industry. So the network you build is immense, it's huge. And you also meet a lot of people who are from different industries who may be in the same class as you, because we don't really all start on a baseline level. Everyone has different backgrounds and experiences prior to coming into the class. It still amazes me how I was able to animate a fishbowl and a fish moving in it. I was also able to animate this bird barking, which was pretty funny. I would have never thought to make anything like that. Next question is it easy to apply or enroll there? Now that really depends, because that depends on the program that you're trying to get into and whether you're a local or an international student. That also plays a big role. For me personally, to get into the Foundations program, all I had to do was fill out a questionnaire, and I believe they asked for 2 references. Now from what I know, just for an example, is let's say you wanted to get into animation, they might ask you to upload previous projects, any projects you've worked on collaboratively or solo, to include into your portfolio. Although I'd highly recommend just checking out their website, because all the details and everything that they will ask for will be included in the program admissions. Admissions, just in the website. Our next question that we have is, are there any preparations That is such a hard word. Are there any preparations needed prior to applying to VFS? It really depends on your program. So let's say if you wanted to get into, again, animation as an example, you might need to create a simple reel, little project that would showcase your capabilities before getting accepted into the program. Another thing I'd highly recommend preparing for as well are the financial aspect of everything, because Vancouver Film School is quite costly, and whether you're a local, definitely more if you're an international, because the cost for international students is almost double the amount of a local student. What I do know is that the general cost of living here in Vancouver anyways was estimated to be about $30,000 a year Canadian, and that would go towards housing, accommodation, food, transportation as well. Now, this is another common question I've got before, and that is, do you need to start in the foundations program before applying to more specialized programs like film, animation? No. I know a few friends out there that have jumped straight into their specialized program like film. Although what I can say, coming from the foundations program, just think of the foundations program as a training ground, as a way to kind of condition your mind, your brain, to go through all the immense hours, the long hours. And I feel like having that with you prior to jumping into specialized programs, that really does give you that foundation to excel and have a tougher skin before jumping into, again, a specialized program like film production or animation. I feel like if I did go ahead and specialize into the film production program, I'd have the arsenal to really excel in the program and just overall kill it. But then again, that's not to say that if you don't go to the foundations, you're not gonna excel and do great. So another question I get most frequently is, what are the age groups in VFS? What are the age ranges? And I answered this one in my previous video. The age range is between around 18 to, I believe, 50. You can apply anytime, anywhere. It's never too late, honestly. So whether you're 18, you're 35, you're 26, you're 70, the only thing that will hinder you is your work ethic, honestly. As long as you have a good work ethic, you'll be unstoppable. Do not let your age stop you. Apply, apply, apply. All right, so next up is, do you need a degree of some sort for some programs? I believe you need a minimum, a high school certification. You also need to be proficient in English. And if you're not, I believe you just need to finish the IELTS courses. And there are specific types that you can see in the website, depending on your program. So next up is, does VFS offer or have scholarship/financial aid? VFS does provide scholarships. For example, for this year, they had the Latin American scholarship. Although I highly recommend connecting to VFS because it does change all the time depending on the year on what kinds of scholarships they offer out there. Just to add into the scholarships aspect is that if you've already been accepted to VFS, you can still apply for the scholarships. Now, moving on into a common worry that a lot of students have, and that is, what if I'm too shy or too anxious to go and apply to a school? And what I'd say specifically for VFS is that there were so many introverted classmates and friends that I've met through school. You'll be surprised how talented some of these individuals are. They're actually some of the best people I've met through VFS. So never judge a book by its cover, get to know everybody. And if you're a shy person yourself, do not worry. You're gonna be in a 1-year intensive course. So the program that you're in and all the classmates that you're gonna be with throughout the way, you'll become really, really close friends. You might just come out of your shell. So don't sweat about it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. All right, we're nearing the end of the video with last 2 questions, and that is it hard to find a job after graduating VFS? I'm gonna say this all the time, but networking is key. I highly recommend talking to your instructors to see if there's any opportunities. So that's why it's really important to keep your good work ethic, because instructors, they see everything. Even the TAs, they all see everything. So just keep a really good work ethic. You don't have to be the most talented in class. So as long as you're putting in all the hard work, you're kind, great to work with. And I'm gonna talk from experience because I was actually hired as a teacher's assistant just a few months after graduating VFS. And that to me was such a big achievement personally. My instructor, his name's Chad. I'm gonna say hello. Hi, Chad. He reached out to me and offered me the position of TA. And that just comes to show that anything is possible as long as you're a hardworking person. Things can come unexpectedly out of nowhere. Up and down, north, east, south, west. So another common question I get, especially from international students, is, does VFS provide a work permit? After looking at the VFS website, it does show that that VFS has partnered up with BCIT. 1 year at BCIT can grant grads with eligibility to apply for post-grad work permit in Canada. Although unfortunately there are 2 programs that are not eligible for this, and that is the Makeup for Film and Television, as well as the VR/AR Design and Development program. All right, so another question is, how long are the classes usually? So personally, when I was still back in VFS, we've had almost 8 to 11 hour days, and that's not all the classes per se. It's classes that you have in that day, as well as all the hours you put in after all classes have ended. This is just the reality of an intensive program. You will have to invest a lot of time trying to finish projects and handing them in right on the clock. And so adding to that, if you're looking to work, I highly recommend that the place you apply at will be flexible enough to accommodate your schooling. There might be some days where you might have to ask for days off just so that you'll be able to catch up on homework and projects. But yes, it is possible to still work. So yeah. Now, off to the last question. Let's end this with a bang. Is film school worth it? Is it really worth it to go? Personally, my answer to this is no. You do not need to get into film school to get a job in the industry. Again, networking is key. But the biggest but is I wouldn't have had the opportunity to push myself to the limit, to really push my creativity to where it is now. And I wouldn't have explored all the things that we've explored in my program. It pushed you as a creative to see what you're really capable of. Another takeaway that I got from VFS as well is all the friends and relationships I've formed. It's just super special. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found this really helpful. Now, to help my channel out, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I post. If you've reached the video till the end, comment this little secret emoji down below. And if you have any other questions, please put it down there as well, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I'll never tell.